Hey, what's going on? Today I'm going to start a very simple series on getting into Mace training. I'm not going to take it into really exotic lands of Mace training, but we're going to start really simple. I really enjoy, if you're going to get one for yourself, I really enjoy the adjustable Mace by ADEX, but that's neither here nor there. Here's how I like to start. So, this is a regular competition full-length mace from ADEX. They also have a shorter version in between a club and this size mace, which is about right here. And I find that a little bit better for a lot of people to start out with. So what I like to do is keep my hands together, okay? Just like you're holding a baseball bat. Keep your hands together, okay? And then the first thing we're going to start with is what are called pendulums. So basically you're just going to get that pendulum motion. Notice I'm not really twisting too much at my spine, but more keeping it in the hips. And then side to side. I'm going to go right behind. You'll see how it side to side. Okay? Now, mace training has a lot of stress on the triceps in an elongated fashion right there. So basically, your triceps are getting stretched. So a lot of times you don't want it to be all the way down. You want to keep some tension in the triceps as it goes side to side. I just call these pendulums, okay? So that's going to give us, think about this as your kettlebell swing before you do a clean. So the pendulum, right before as it comes up, you pull it over, okay? So let's just work on a few of those at the beginning. Now, to get that drop, I like to start with the hand that's on top. I like that one to go the opposite way. So as the hand on top, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to let that weight rise and fall behind me, okay? So let's start practicing a few of those. Okay, so we're going to start out in front. Here's how it is. Holding it slightly out in front of me. I'm going to point it up and away and let it drop behind me. Okay? So just focus on those drops. Into the pendulum. Into the pendulum. Okay? Notice. Feet. I like to shift sides. I don't keep my heels on the ground because, boom, there we go. So, once again, the drop, we're going this way. Keep an eye and drop into the pendulum. Okay? When I'm ready to come up, I'm going to pull over. Let me show you that from the side. So, going this way. I'm going to drop through the pendulum. When it's ready to come up, I'm going to pull over. Okay? So there's a lot of pull over, a lot of rotation in the hips, okay? So feel that weight going side to side. When you're ready and the weight's coming up, at that top, the peak, that's when you pull it over, okay? So, also, there's 10 to 2s. We're going to go into here. Let me choke down a little bit. I like this mace because it has a nice little end, ball end. Keeps you from sliding off. Obviously, chalk is really good to use. This is a powder-coated handle. It's also fairly thin, okay? It's a fairly thin mace. There's other ones that are thicker. You can get a thicker handle from ADEX or a couple of the other companies that make them. Like I said, I am partial to this company. Okay, so now with this hand on top, I'm going to go that way. Now, I'm going to do, think about, here's 10 o'clock. Here's 2 o'clock. Okay, so 10 to 2s. So I'm going to drop behind me, pull over, drop, 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 pull over. So if you think about it, they're shortened versions. That's how they do them in some of the vintage strength games, the mace competitions that they do. But I like a more balanced, so I have to focus on balancing that weight out in front of me, right here. So Here's just a regular 360. But like I said, how I like to use it and stabilize my shoulders, keep my shoulders engaged while I use this, is up, drop, and pull over, balance. Drop, pull over, balance. Boom. Boom. And like I said, this is a very, very basic Mace intro. Okay, there's a lot of other things to do, but that's what I like to do, where it's just helpful for the shoulders. You could do a kabuki strength shoulder rock. It's an adjustable thing. Like I said, I really like the adjustable. If you're going to buy a Mace, you're going to spend a couple $100. You might as well get an adjustable one. So whoever makes those. When you buy a single, that means if you buy a 10-pound Mace, by the time you're good at it, you're going to have to buy another one. The price gets up pretty much if you have a bunch of Maces sitting around. These are really good. Oh, this one's on very tight. I don't even know if I can get this off. There we go. So, put this, there you go. See how they come in 5 different pounds, and then there's 2.5s, and they're also, they're compatible with other tools like the club, and then also the arc, which is the one I recommend for beginners because it's in between this size and a short club. But all these weights are interchangeable from ADEX. A lot of different things. I like balance, squats, and stuff like that, but like I said, it's very basic for what we're getting into helping with kettlebell training. The reason why I like it, kettlebell is a lot of posterior chain, so clean, swing, and snatch, right? So we're working a lot of the posterior chain as we do so. Now Mace, and the weight's going to be over and below, okay, as we pull. Now with the Mace, the weight is going to be behind and down, okay? So behind and down. Now look, so I'm working my anterior, working more. So the abs, hip flexors, the lats, a lot of people think it's just shoulders. Okay, here, don't try this if you're a beginner, but single arm stuff, you can do that. But anyway, it works a lot of the front of the body, so the anterior of the body, and rotation in a different way, okay? Like I said, I don't want you to be stiff like that, okay? I want you to get into some movement. So move those hips. It can help you be loose. Drop and roll. Drop and roll, okay? It's almost like you're throwing it. If I'm going to throw something that way, drop it, throw, okay? And you do the same thing to the other side. So Mace training adds just those regular, the pendulum, the 10 to 2, and the 360 is what I did last, to the balance. They're very compatible with and very helpful to your kettlebell training. Shoulder. So let me show you something really quick. I'm just going to use this club to demonstrate, okay? So this is an RMT club from WEC Method. This is 6 pounds. So if we notice, as we drop down, so my right arm is in internal rotation and my left arm is in external rotation. So I'll go over here. So internal and external rotation. And then when we go the other way, we get the opposite, okay? Internal on this arm, so internal and external rotation, like that, okay? So that's why it's so good. We do a lot of internal rotation here, external rotation as we're doing motions on this plane, pressing, but not when the weight's behind us. So that's why we don't need a lot of weight. We need lighter weights here for a 10, even if you did it empty Mace. So I started learning with this. If you take off the weights out of it, and then you can start at like 5 to 7 pounds, and you can increase, okay? Please don't start with a 20-pound Mace if you've never done Mace. That's like starting with a 53-pound kettlebell and you've never used one before. You're gonna work for an overuse injury. So start at something, maybe ladies, 10-ish pounds, guys, maybe 15. I don't know, ladies, maybe 7.5. Who knows? You know your strength. Just start light. But once again, that's another reason for the adjustables. Okay, is you can increase with little micro loads by doing 2.5 pounds, stuff like that. So anyway, I hope this this intro to Mace kind of helps you out a little bit, and we can go with more practice. We can get to learn a little bit more as we go. Joe from Swing This. See you later.